all I'm doing is bringing myself down. This is great. So, hi everybody, welcome to the show. Today is episode 153. We will be planning fall projects. I should probably write that down. Yay. Hi, how you doing? Welcome to my knitting channel. This is a knitting channel. I have one whip again, 2 finished objects, and some squishy mail for you today. And then we will be going on to what I have tentatively decided on working on this for the fall. My fall months are August, September, October. So October, November, December, January, winter, or for winter projects. So this will be planning the next 3 months of work on my quest to create my dream wardrobe that has not been going so well so far. So we'll see what happens. Sorry about that. I'm trying to make sure that I haven't seen my BFF Jill since the last time I taped. And so I want to make sure I have seeds for her. She comes by and some squirrel came by and ate all the seeds I had of her. So I want to replenish the seeds in case she comes by, because I know she was pregnant a while ago, and then the last 2 times I've saw her, she's not been pregnant, and I've only seen her every other 2 weeks. So I think she must not live near here, which makes me sad because I would like put a home up for her somewhere. I just don't know where to. Like, I would be like, where do you want to live? I will build you a house. Do you want to live in the barn? You can come live inside with me. I don't care. You can live in my bedroom. My husband thinks I'm weird because I want to feed all the animals here. We have what do you call them? Oh my God, what do you call them? Groundhogs? We have at least 2 groundhogs, might be up to 4, but we have seen 2 at a time. I have named them Skittles and Starburst. If we have 4, it's going to be now and later. Or maybe Nerds. And I don't know. Nerds and Runts. I'm not sure. So we did have possums, and then the weather warmed up and the raccoons ran them off. We have vultures, turkey vultures. We have a bunch of birds, a whole slew of birds, mostly finches and cowbirds. Then the regular blue jays, robins, cardinals, beautiful cardinals. I think all of the cardinals are paired up. We have 3 mourning doves that like to walk on the roof here and drive the dogs crazy. And I went out and looked up to see what was walking, and I saw 3 of them walking up over the top of the roof down the other side. And I don't know why there's 3. I don't know. They all look to be grown up. So I don't know if one's a baby that hasn't mated and gone away yet, but there's 3 of them. They're really very cute. Anyway, it doesn't matter. The chipmunks are grabbing the bird seed and planting it in all of my plants. So all of my potted plants have little green things coming out of them that my plant ID said are sunflowers. So I just have little sunflowers growing in all of my potted plants, and I'm like, I'm not feeding you at all. Why are you stealing everyone's food? And hiding it in my plants that you're going to forget it's there, whatever. Chipmunks are not my favorite at all. Should we do finished objects first and then we'll go on to what I'm working on and then we'll do fall stuff? I finished my double layer rainbow hat. This is from Mitchell's Creations. It is called Drunken Unicorns. Now you've seen the stitch pattern. It has, see how this goes green to pink and then pink to green, they're opposite. That's the way in the loop it's got two rainbow parts, so at one end it's going pink to green. I don't remember. And then the other way it's going pink to green. Yeah, I think pink to green. So that's why the green and the pink are on the opposite side. It's actually blue, I think. Yeah. So, but that's why they're like, the green is on the outside. Because there's two rainbow spots in one loop of the yarn. So that's how you can more easily read your work. That's why it looks like that. It doesn't go green on top. This hat is reversible. It's double layered. So this is the top of, this is the single strand, and then it made a little weird eye thing, and then it started going in stripes. So that if you wear it like this and you pull the brim up, you get this part that is, when I held it with a strand of, I alternated. Actually, I didn't alternate. I did, I'm sorry, my pulling up words in my brain is even worse. I'm blaming menopause, but it might be dementia. I think I'm too young for dementia yet. Helical knitting. I did helical for those two because I didn't for the top part I was dropping the one strand and it wasn't really stretchy, and I was like, I don't want to have a seam running down the hat from where I switched, so I just did helical, and it looks pretty similar, just more black. And then here it did the same thing, exactly the same thing. Did two of these right here, and then just circle, circle, circle. So then if you want to wear this side with the brim up, pretty cute. I did 94 rounds of each before the decrease or the increase. And I tried to block it on that, because then that would have been the very first black row. And I tried to block it that way, but it was really hard to see. And then I'm like, it's on, no one's going to be looking right here anyway. No one's going to know. So I'm excited. I like both, so I don't really know which one I'll wear. I guess it depends how much rainbow I want to have, but it's also way big. I did 136, and it's still large. Remember I told you I had 148 and it was too big? Well, the 136 was also too big, and it's super long. So I'm gonna have to, my other plain black one is also done with the platinum sock, which for some reason knits up differently on the 275s for me. So that one I'm gonna redo because it's way too big. And now that I know the 136 is kind of too big too, I'm wondering if I should go, what's after the 136? Because I do on my hats the same. See, here's my hat. Do I have a 1, 2? Hold on, because I have it where I worked it out for different. because I make them on different weights. Okay, see? It starts with 8 stitches, 16, 16 right here. Oh, it's all the way down. 144 is what I usually go on 275s, and then 128 for 325 millimeter and 120 for 350, and that's all I've done so far. So my platinum sock, which is 460 yards to 100 grams, I did at 144. That was too big. This one is done at 136, too big. So when I redo the 144, I might take that down then to 128 and see what happens. But then that means there's no way I'm going to need the entire 100 grams, the entire 460 yards, because the other one is already longer than I wanted it to be. So I got to do some sort of measuring of. It's so weird because my other fingering weight that I did on 275 that I did at 144 with that was a merino cashmere nylon blend, 435 yards. So the yardage for that hat that made it to 144 stitches on the 275s, the yardage was 435. Used the whole thing. Yeah, so 435, 460, you think that like 25 yards. So anyway, that's my hat, double layer hat. Start pinhole cast on with 8 stitches, increase to whatever the F you want. Work it till you've got about 50 grams left, and then, will be your halfway point, will be 50 grams. When you have, I don't know, 15 grams, 10 or 15 grams, then you start the decreases. Close it up. I like to sew the ends together, the pinholes, the holes at the top. I like to sew through them to keep the hat together. It's not like the muscle burrow where you can pull it apart, because I don't want to do that. That would drive me nuts. It has to stay on my head. Okay, my other finished item is a dog sweater for Pops, and I have all of my things in here because this is what happens when I design. This is what I do, so I know when I fit him, when I have to do if I have to make any changes, which I did in this section, this tells me where, and like I can kind of see how many. So this is actually 3 different patterns, and of course I didn't write them down. One of those patterns is the Stephen West Pet Knits. I think it was the stripy dog, whatever stripy dog sweater I did for him. And the only part of that I took was the short row ribbing at the bottom, which I like, because then it makes it like, so when it's on their tail, it comes up towards their tail. I'm going to do something, I think a decrease here to kind of pull the ends in, round them out a little bit here. But that gives you this part if you just short row every 4 stitches. So every repeat, because it's a knit 2, purl 2. So you just let them go. Then I mixed 2 top down. One is Dog Sweater Perfect Fit Pattern Generator and Cats by Jeslane, Jeslane, Jeslane. And I also use the Edinburgh Seamless Dog Sweater by, who's that by? Calico Radio Knits. And that looks like this. Look at that cutie. Hi, cutie. So they're both. Who are you? You're not my BFF, Jill. That's just a regular gray squirrel. Who are you? Are you 3/4 tail? That's not half-tail squirrel. It might be 3/4 tail. I think half-tail squirrel and 3/4 tail squirrel might have been in the nest together and had their thing. Yeah, that's 3/4 tail. I have a gray squirrel that has half a tail, and then I have another gray squirrel that has 3/4 of a tail, and I think they were nested together and their tails got. Have you seen that? That can happen. That looks like a mama, though. You look like you have a belly. Okay, it doesn't matter. Stop with the squirrels. It doesn't care. It doesn't matter. So the changes I made, I did 8 for here, but I'm gonna do 12 instead. 12 rows of ribbing for the very top. Then I did CDI increases, center double decreases on either side of this. I take these 2 of the knit 2 purl 2, and I don't work those. I work the CDI in the next stitch because it gives a nice. Show you Lola's. It gives a really, because hers is yellow, you'll be able to see it. It gives a really nice. Gives a real pretty when they're sitting up. You see this in between their leg holes when their legs sit out. You can also put sleeves on this. I do, just I didn't on this. So it has this pretty interest on the chest, and if you line it up, you can get it on one of those. Real pretty. So hers was a little bit different because this went to her, covered her full belly and went to the back of her leg. But with a boy, you can't do that because they will pee all over their sweater. So instead, his chest goes to, where's the leg hole? There we go. Oh my God, I can't. I'm backwards. Where are you? Right here. So, here we go. So, that is, they were not the same size dog. They were similarly shaped, but they were not the same size. So his stopped short right at the bottom of his rib cage, so he won't pee on it when he goes to the bathroom. And then sorry, it just hurts my heart to see her sweater. I just undid one of her sweaters, and it was hard, and she didn't even wear that sweater. It's hard on me to. Her fur was all in it and everything. But it wasn't one she wore a lot. She wore the Stephen West one and that yellow one most of the time. So then I did the same number of these. I switched the chest because he sloped differently than her, so his chest isn't, and maybe this has an increase and then 2 rows worked even, and I didn't do that. I did increase 1 row worked even, and that shortened the chest, brought the arm up to right at the top of his thing, which I think will fit better. And then this is done all in the round, so I went down a needle size. So this is done on a 4, so I went down to a 3.5 for this ribbing, and I started with a purl and ended with a purl for the ribbing. 18 stitches, I think. And so I did that on a 3.5 and then did the rest of them, the remaining stitches, on a 4. And when I was done with the ribbing, then I bound this off with a 4. I tend to bind off. I use Jenny's surprisingly stretchy bind off with a size 4 needle. I usually go up one size for bind off to make it stretch. Then I'd worked this back and forth until the setup was knit ribbing, turn and purl ribbing, and then that next knit across was the start of the short row ribbing. And I went to the ends, but I'm not going to do that this time. I'm going to decrease at each beginning, each end, and then I'm going to work to the whatever, the first 4. I'm not going to go to the end. And that'll lose me a couple rows here, but it's too long anyway, so I had to lose a couple rows here. So if I'm losing a couple rows there, I'm not quite sure. I haven't worked out the math of how many rows I'm going to take out. So those are my 2 finished. Oh, this yarn is Willow Yarns Daily. I believe this is a leaf heather. Really pretty. It's a warm green. It's got a bit of, the heathering is like a bit of yellow and a bit of blue on this overall green. There's some yellow and then the deeper blue, which you're probably not going to be able to see, but very pretty heather colors. So the squishy mail today, my husband is letting the dogs out in the yard, so I'm distracted. The squishy mail today is from Hobby, not Hobby Lobby. I don't shop at Hobby Lobby. No, don't shop at Hobby Lobby. This is Hobby, and where do they ship from? Denmark? I don't remember. They had a 4th of July sale, which I was like, what now? Like, you know who has 4th of July sales? American companies. Like, why are you having a 4th of July sale? You just want our money. I will gladly give it to you. Sure. I almost forgot about the funnest part of what I wanted to show you about ordering from Hobby. I've ordered from them once before. This is my 2nd order. And it's not that I'm not impressed with what they have or whatever. My problem is specifically in how terribly they package a shipment that is traveling halfway across the world. This is from, right, Denmark somewhere? Yeah, right? I don't know. It's in a different, yeah, Denmark. Okay. So I'm trying to like which has my address on it and don't show you this. Okay, so don't show you this way. There's the open part, right? So you put your hand right in there and put your whole hand in this whole bag. So if anyone wanted to, they could steal your entire order. I'm just saying, they could. They could steal your entire order. I got all of this out of here without opening, and this is why I don't like ordering them from them, because I'm terrified that they're either going to fall out or someone's going to steal them. So anyway, I'll show you what I got. Halloween sock wool. This is, oh my god, you didn't give me the name. It doesn't have the name on them. These had names because one was like zombie something and one was vampire something, and now there's no names, there's just numbers. Color is 04. Pretty sure it's zombie something. There's color 02. Pink and purple. charcoal black, neon green, and this is color 06. There is a neon pink gray. Is this the same charcoal? No, this is a lighter gray, black, and like a reddy magenta. They have more colors, but I don't wear anything with orange in it if I can help it, unless it is a rainbow, because orange is necessary for the rainbow. So these are the Halloween sock ones I got, these colors, because I like these colors. Then I got Silly Socks Disco. This is color 3, and this is color 6. It's just black and hot pink, because I want to make a shawl with these two together, and I like using the same base if I can. This glows under black light. I'm assuming this doesn't, but this does. These are, is this sock? Does this have nylon? Yeah, 75-25. I think these are 75-25 too. Yeah, 75-25. It just says wool. It doesn't say if it's superwash wool or what kind of wool. It's a little scratchy. It's a little scratchy too. Then I also got more Silly Socks, but I got 2 in there. They're the same even though they don't look it. It's color 9. It's a rainbow. So I don't know what this is going to be yet. Don't know yet. But rainbow. I don't know if I'm going to hold it with another color. Maybe gray. I don't know. Not making socks. I don't do socks. Don't do socks. But I thought maybe if I wanted to do arm warmers and a hat. Either way. I gotta knit up, see how it knits up, because I don't know how it knits up. So yeah, that's my squishy mail from Hobby. Took forever to get here. It took like over a week to get here. Let's see. Yes, so obviously after last week I did measure all the dogs, and I did put it in here, but not on the last page. Close to the last page. Yeah, here, dog sweaters. And I put everyone's measurements here, and then I started with the math of the gauge, figuring out what everyone's gonna wear, what size and stitch counts and whatnot. And then I forgot I had to make the boy different. The boy sweater is different, which is why I don't have a boy sweater. That's why I put off making boy sweaters, because Lola was so easy to make for. And then I didn't want to do a Nux and a Moon sweater because she's humongous, and I don't know how, she's not humongous, she's 40 pounds. But when this dog is 5 pounds, 40 pounds is humongous. So I don't know how much yarn I'm going to use. I figured that hers is going to be more trial and error, because I've never done a size that big before. Valley Yarns, Northampton, Twilight Heather. Yes, Twilight Heather. It was me and my girl. So it was the tank that I make, and she was deathly afraid of cameras. She did not like cameras in her face at all. She would wear whatever I wanted her to, but she did not like the camera in her face. So once I make the start of Pops', I'm going to make this sweater following what the pattern turned out to be. And if this fits, then I will move on and start making Brodies. But the yarn I end up using, usually the sweater doesn't get worn because it's been frogged so many times that it's not really the best. So, because you just frogged it too many times. I mean, it it really bloomed with the, it's actually not that bad. It bloomed pretty well in the last soak. But if I was going to make this the pattern, I'd have to go all the way up because I added stuff here and took stuff out here. So I would have to go all the way. This is very, very pretty. I might frog this and yeah, see, it bounced back great. But there are some bits where it's actually unraveling. From the plies are coming apart. So I'm like, but you can't use. I can't use acrylic because acrylic doesn't do anything once you're done. It doesn't make any changes, and wool changes. So if I make it in acrylic and then I remake it in wool, it's a completely different sweater. So it doesn't help at all. So what I really need to do is buy like a brown or an orange from in the what did I say that was daily I can't think of the frickin' name of it. What's wrong with me? um Willow Yarns Daily. I should just buy, yeah, in the brown because the brown's real good to see your stitches, but I hate brown, so I don't think I'd feel bad throwing it away when I'm done making the dog sweater. Um, so that's what because I love this green so much I don't want to give. I'm like, all right, can I save it? Can I save it? I'm like, a lot of it you did. You were so bad with it. It can only take so much. Because I must have made at least four times. Like 4 times. And that's soaking and leaving out 4 times. That's not counting the frogging I did in between, going, okay, this is finished. That was probably twice that at least. Anyway, let's talk about fall projects. What do I have? Well, number one, more dog sweaters. I got to finish the other 2 dog sweaters. Like I said, do Pops. If his works out, I'll start Brody's. But I can't even. Do you want to see the color I picked for Brody's? It is this gorgeous green. I think it's called like Praying Mantis or something. This is also Willow Yarns Daily. It is a dark, dark green. It's frickin' gorgeous. But now that I beat that other green to hell, I'm like, I can't use this, but I do have some undyed Willow Yarns Daily, and I'm thinking of just using that. Just use that. Because I bought it to make 4 dog sweaters. I bought it to dye 4 dog sweaters. And now I'm thinking, like, I don't want to use any of the colors I have because they're so cute. And I'm like, the color I have for Nux is the Northampton Valley Yarns. This just fell off. Valley Yarns Northampton. This is pretty cheap wool. It's good wool, but it's called Nebula Heather. And it is not as pretty as I wanted it to be. It's just a bluey gray. There's nothing wrong with it. It's kind of almost green gray, bluey. I don't see any green in it. I just get the feeling of green, but it's kind of like a tealy blue, maybe. I like this too. Okay, I might be frogging some other. I know I have some. The problem with Nux is she's so big. I have no idea how much yarn it's going to take to make her sweater, so I wanted to have 2 skeins. I have 2 skeins of that. It's 200 grams. and it's pretty, but I don't know that I like it that much. So maybe I just use another two balls of the undyed. I'll figure it out. One of the other ones is Basic Halloween Mitts by Allison Van Zant. These are on fingering weight yard 2.25 millimeter needles, and it's a 2x2 rib. They are Halloween colored, but I wasn't going to do Halloween color. But the fact that they're ribbed, I think I might. This is a free pattern from Simply Socks Yarn Company, and I figured since I can't do this start fingerless mitts, I might have to follow a pattern. And since those are ribbed, I won't have the fit won't be the biggest issue. I might have to really size down, but that person's wrist looks really small, and I have a very small child-sized wrist. So this might work. So this is on my to-do list. I just got to figure. I might use the unicorn, that pastel yarn, maybe. Because remember, I said I wanted to do a DK yarn first. I'm gonna go through this pattern and see if I want to do this. The second thing I want to do is I already have yarn for this. Brioche Kitty Hat by Suzanne Summer. It's a DK held with lace mohair, 4 millimeters. It's a 2-color brioche, and it's. I know they were doing this for the Women's March, but I wanted black and burgundy cat ear hat. Not. I don't go to protests. I'm disabled. I don't go to protests. But I love 2-color brioche, and I wanted something that I wanted a brioche hat. I wanted a kitty ear hat in brioche. But see, I'm not using lace and DK. I think both of mine are fingering, but it doesn't matter because there's no shaping. It's just a triangle or a rectangle, so I'm not worried about that. But I have the yarn. I have a black yarn and a burgundy yarn that I wanted to use for that, so I'd like to make that. The third thing, I don't have a pattern for it because I haven't found one yet. I wanted to make a worsted weight or DK weight cardigan, V-neck cardigan. I'm sorry, I'm all of a sudden got really, really tired. That's life with chronic fatigue. Just all of a sudden hit me and I'm ready for a nap. I have this one that is from Varg by it is what is this, Jarbo, maybe? Swedish, my friend's Swedish. Swedish brand established in 1896. I don't know if I'm going to do this. I have to download it and see if I can actually, work it out. This is on a man, so I'm assuming it's like unisex. But it is drop sleeve. Looks like front and back. Looks like there's a seam here and then a seam here. So I got to see how this. I like the pockets though. It's got like a folded pocket. the like folded pocket. But I like a V-neck cardigan. So I'm not sure I'll use that one. That was the only one I could find that had, does that even the gauge I want? 20 by 30. That's exactly, isn't that how it goes? The exact gauge. I think my gauge goes between 20 stitches in either 30 or 32 rows for 4 inches. So that is the closest I'm getting to my gauge ever. I just don't know if it's written with enough English that I'll be able to figure it out. I know my friend doesn't read or speak Swedish, but I know he has family members that do, but I don't know if any of them are knitters. He's been my friend since high school. I talked to him a few weeks ago. One of our friends passed away, and why am I bringing myself down? It does not matter. Anyway, yeah, so mitts, hat, cardigan, dog sweaters. I think that is fantastic. If you have an idea for a cardigan that is DK or worsted, either one works for me. I guess it doesn't have to be a V-neck. I could modify the V-neck, but I'd much rather. And I found I do have wool. I'm going to dye, but you know, it's caked up like this. It's in like little skeins, so I got to put everything into a hank so I can dye it. What a pain in the A. So I was right, though. It is blue. I'll show it to you before I dye it. Because I'm not going to dye it yet. I got to find the thing first. And I'm so enjoying doing the dog sweaters. Like yesterday, I was hyper fixated on it because I almost had it, and I knew I almost had it. And I finished it right before I went to bed last night. Like, took it off the needles and soaked it before bed. And so they only take me 8 hours. So if I get to work, it's 3 o'clock. I might have that one done tonight by bedtime. Tell me if you've got what you have. Do you have anything that you're really excited to do this fall? I've been looking at patterns. I know I was waiting for a couple to come out, but I don't think any of them were for fall yet. I know one was a top or something, and I forget who it was. And I know it's coming out August 1st, and that's all I know. I don't remember who or what or where I saw it. But I was like, ooh, August 1st. I'm like, it's like 2 weeks away. Why bother telling me now? I'm going to forget by then. And I probably will forget. But I'm trying to think. Probably, yeah, whatever I'm doing, I have to be done by October, because October is going to be the mystery knit along with Stephen West. So that's what I'm going to be doing in October. So really, I'll only have August and September. So I do really want to find a cardigan pattern by then. Do you have I made the Harvest by Tin Can Knits. Did not like it. Did not fit well. Was not happy. So I do have 2 sweater quantities of black, but I don't know if I want to. One is Barocco Vintage, which is acrylic, and the only reason I bought it was because someone in the Ravelry project said it was made for this pattern. So I was like, well, since I can't get it to work, maybe I'll try with the Barocco Vintage. Plus, because it's a cardigan, it doesn't have to touch my skin, and I can wear something wool under it, and I was going to make it oversized anyway. But the last one I made that was to size wool did not, the fit of the back was very bad. The back and the shoulders were bad. So I don't know if it's my body, if it just, maybe if I oversized it. I'm pretty sure I did a medium. I'm pretty sure I sized up anyway, but if I really went oversized, maybe that would work. I'm not sure. Anyway, it's getting hot in here because it's 86 degrees outside, and I need this door open for the air circulation, so I'm gonna get out of here. Let me know what you're excited to see. Also, let me know what podcasts are you watching, because like I'm really only watching Chemnitz, and I watch Chemnitz, I watch Leslie Friend, and I watch the German one, Dunkelbunt. I don't know how to say it in German, but it's hilarious because I put the subtitles on and I change it to English. And they are wrong a lot of the time. I'm like, that's not what she said. That cannot be what she just said. But she's my friend and I want to watch her stuff and see what she's doing. And I also watch Katie DeGroff. Because I do test knitting for her, and so I like to see what she's got going on and keep up to date on her stuff. Yeah, and Chemnitz for dyeing. And then Leslie Friend has a similar aesthetic to me, only she does like tans, creams, and navies. It's just some blacks. But she's not gothic. She's kind of a but she does neutrals. And things that are kind of classy. Do you know what I mean? Kind of classy. So she has a similar look to what I like to look like, even though I know I'm always wearing tank tops because it's 8,000 degrees. But yeah, cardigan. I'm just gonna start with a cardigan, and then if that works, maybe I'll do another cardigan. I don't know. Okay, I gotta get the F out of here. I'm like an hour and a half. So much editing this one. Okay, so why do I do this? I don't know. Okay, take care of yourselves. I'll see you next time. Okay, bye.